Hello traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, in today's video, we'll take a look at the alternate bat pattern. On the previous videos, we discussed the bullish and bearish bat pattern. So today we'll take a look at the alternate bat pattern. So basically, it's the same M and W structures. Okay, so is the same structure. So all harmonic patterns are M and W patterns. So with the alternate bat pattern, the difference between alternate bat pattern and the bat pattern is the B leg and the D leg. Okay, so the measurements are the difference. The difference between the two patterns. So with the bat pattern, we said that the B leg is between 0.382 to 0.5 for the bat pattern. So that's for the B leg, okay? But with the alternate bat pattern, the B leg is at 0.382 only. So this can be plus minus 3%. Sorry. Okay, so that can be plus minus 3% for the B leg for the alternate bat pattern. Okay, then for the bat pattern, the B leg is between 0.382 to 0.5. Okay, so that's the difference on the B leg. Then the C to D leg measurement is also different measurement. For example, for the bat pattern, the D leg where we're looking to buy is at 0.886. While for the alternate bat pattern, our D leg, we are looking to take a long or short position between 0.886 retracement to 1.13 extension of X to A. Okay, I will explain that with the fib retracement and extension numbers. Okay, so what we'll do next is let's go on the chart for me to show you what I mean by this extension and retracement numbers. So let's say, for example, this is our alternate bat pattern on the chart. So what you do is you take your fib retracement and you measure from your impulsive leg to the upside to where it ended. Yeah, this retracement right here, this pullback has to touch 0.382 or minus 3% of that. So 3% is before the 0.382. It can also go beyond 0.382, but must not touch 0.5%. Okay, for an alternate bat pattern. Then this retracement back here, this back here must not go beyond our A. Okay, if this retracement is that small, what you need to do is grab your fib retracement, plot from your A to B. This pullback must touch 0.382 for the harmonic to be qualified. Okay, if this pullback does not touch 0.82, then it is not a harmonic pattern. So just leave that and look for something else. Okay, but it must not go beyond above the A. I hope that makes sense. Okay, all right. So I think the best thing to do is to get this label this. So X, A, B, C, and D. Okay, so this is the first point. So this pullback here has to touch 0.382 plus or minus 3. Okay, and the CD leg, remember with the bat pattern, we look to take a long position at 0.886. That is the D leg. Okay, but with the alternate bat pattern, we also include the extension of XA leg. So what you do is you grab the fib extension, you measure from A to X back to A. And then 1.13 fib extension is what we need to include as our D leg. So what do I mean by that? So you take the fib retracement, you measure from X to A, then we need to include the 886. So between 886 to 1.13. So this becomes our area of interest where we are looking to take our long position, and then our stop loss we go beyond 1.13. So we take the next extension, which is 1.127 as our stop loss. So below our 1.127 becomes our stop loss. So anywhere below here will then act as our stop loss. Okay, hope that makes sense. So anyway here will be our stop loss. Okay, so this is fib extension numbers. Okay, 1.13. So you measure from A to X, X to A. Yeah. Then the other measurement that you need to have also is your CD extension leg. Yeah. So you measure from C to B back to C. So this leg has to be between 2.0 to 3.618 for the C to D measurement. Okay, so we need to look for the number between 2.0 to 3618 that is that is the closest to our D leg. Okay, so we choose between, so from 2618, that's not 2618, sorry. Here we go. So from 2618, we need to choose a number that is closest to our D leg. All right. So that's the numbers that you need. Okay. And then you also need your A, B equals to CD leg. So you take your fib extension again, you measure from A to B back to A. Okay. And you're looking for between 1.27, which is the minimum number that we need, to 1.168. Okay, so these are the numbers that we need. So once all the numbers comes together, that is when you can now take your trade. So we need three numbers. So we need between 886 to 1.13, and then we need our AB equals to CD measurement, and we need our BC leg. Okay, which will now give us the three measurements that we need. Okay, so let's go straight to the chart to have a look at examples. So what we're looking for, remember, is M and W patterns. Okay, that's what we're looking for essentially, to measure the legs. Okay, so for example, we have this push up here, impulsive leg to the upside, and then we had a pullback, and we had a push up again, and then we dropped. Okay, so we measure from the beginning of the impulsive leg, which is right here, okay, to the end where it stopped before a pullback right here. So as you can see, the pullback stopped at 0.382. Yeah, the first fib number, and then we'll push back up again, and this push up did not go above the A. Okay, so this becomes our A. Our X. This becomes our A, and our B is at 0.382, and our C pullback did not go above the A, and as you can see, it definitely touched 0.382. If I measure from this A to where the pullback stopped, you can see that this wick here crossed 0.382. Okay, so that is definitely valid. And then we had the thrust to the downside. As you can see, it all went down before it went up. Okay, so now what we need to do is grab the fib extension. Right, so this is our D somewhere here. So what we need to do is grab the fib extension. We'll measure from A to X back to A. We are looking for where our 1.13 is at, which is where we need to start looking to take our sell position or buy position. Okay, so we measure from A to X back to A, and we are looking for 1.13. So as you can see, 1.13 was, this is the black line here, is 1.13, as you can see. Yeah. So that is the first measurement. So remember I said between 0.886, which is right here, to 113. So this is the area that we are looking to take our long position. And then our stop loss goes beyond 1.27. So our stop loss goes below here. Anywhere below here, that's where our stop loss goes. Okay, right. So let me measure that out for us so it can be clear. So our X to A, and A to B, A to C, and then A to our 1.13 extension. So I'll get rid of this then because we don't need this anymore. It's done its job. Okay. All right. So remember, this is where we're looking to take our long position. So even if you took your long position here, yeah, your stop loss still goes below here, so you're still fine. Okay. But obviously, with the alternate bar pattern, I always wait to see the price hit the 1.13 extension. Okay, that's what I always do. All right, so we've got the first measurements. Yeah, so before we take this long position, we need to make sure that we've got all the rest of the measurements. Remember, we need 3 measurements. So we need the 0.886 to 1.13. So those are our first measurement. The second measurement is we take from from A to B back to A. So this is where we get our AB equals to CD leg. I said 1.27 is the minimum, but you can extend it to 1.168. Okay, so I always go for 1.168 as my extension. So my 1.168 is right there. Yeah. So AB equals to CD. So the length of the AB is equals to CD. So with the alternate bar pattern, it can be extended. So now I need to get my BC leg. So I go from C to B back to C. So with this, we need to see to make sure that we get between 2.0 to 3618. So those are the numbers that we need. But because I have a good knowledge of these numbers, so I'm going to go for 3.618 because that is the largest number. As you can see, that is the number that is very close to 1.13 extension. So as you can see, when the price came down and touched the 3.618 and 1.3, the market then went up. Yeah, so this is where we take our long position right here. So here we look for a bullish confirmation to go long. Yeah, so you can decide to go long after this bullish confirmation. Yeah, so it's entirely your choice where you go long. So let's say we went long here, and then we'll put our stop below here. Yeah. So for the measurement, for the TP, you take the fib retracement, you go from A to where the market stopped before a pull, before the market went up. It's right here. Okay, so normally I take my TP at 0.382. That's where I take my first TP. Okay, and then what I do then is once my first TP hits, um, I put my stop. I take my stop to break even. Yeah, you can take a stop to break even, and then wait to see if market will push up to your second TP at 0.886. Okay, so if you have done that, you see the market hit your first and second TP. So with harmonic patterns, your TP is always at 0.382 and 0.618. So those are your two TPs. You should not care what happens after that. Yeah. So as you can see, the market hits our two profit taking zones. Okay. So this is first example. So let's see if we. I think there's another trade that I took on USD CAD 4 hour. I'll show you the trades. Okay, it's right here. So the same principle. Grab your fib extension. So the first one was the bullish one. This is the bearish example. So from an impulsive move to the downside, okay, and then 0.382 is the first measurement, okay, and then we had this pullback. So remember, I said to you, if the pullback is that small, what you need to do is grab the fib retracement back again, measure from your A to where he had that pullback, that where he had the pusher before a pullback, which was here. You can see the pullback touch our 0.382 fib retracement, which qualifies for the harmonic patterns. Yeah. Okay. So now we have our X, we have our A right here, we have our B right here, we have our C right here, and we have our D somewhere here, right, somewhere there. Okay. So our D is at 88. Remember I said between 886 and 1.13 somewhere there. We'll measure that later. Okay. So now grab your fib extension. You measure your X to your A to B leg. So A to B equals to C D leg. So that's what you measure. So you plot from A. Oh, sorry about that. You grab the fib extension. You measure from A to B back to A. I said you're looking for numbers between 1.127 to 618. So that's the numbers you're looking for. 0.618. Sorry, 0.618. Okay. So those are the numbers that you're looking for your A B equals to C D leg. Okay, so where are we? So I'll go for 1.618 because that is my favorite harmonic number. All right, so it's right here. So the next thing we do is, sorry, I need to remove that. So that's the first number. So the second thing we do is we'll grab the fib extension again. We'll measure our BC leg, okay, which will give us our D leg, okay. So you go from C to D back to C, and then here we're looking for between 2.0 and 618 3618. So I'll grab my 3618. Okay, so watch my the bat pattern video to guide you with how to set up these numbers. Okay, as you can see, the 3.618 is right here, right at the 886 number. Okay, all right. So let me remove all these lines so that the chart is clear. Okay, so then the last number that we need to measure is our X to A extension. So you go from A to your X back to your A, and you're looking for 1.13 extension, which is the most important number for your alternate pattern. So that is the 1.13, and we use the 1.272 as our stop loss. Okay, so as you can see, when the C2D leg push right up, it tapped our 3.618, which was the D leg, and then retraced and then went back up again. And then at 1.13 extension right here, right there, yeah, which is this first line, that was when the market then dropped. So with the alternate back pattern, I like to see the 1.13 tapped before I consider taking my long or short positions. Okay, so for the profit taking, you measure from your from your A to where the market stopped, which is at 1.13 extension. And then our profit taken, like I said, is at 3.382 and 618. Okay, so like I said, I like to take my first TP at 0.382, which was right here. Yeah, so as you can see, when the market dropped, our first TP was hit. Okay, so you can decide to take your whole profit, or you take some out and then go and then move your stop to break even to see if the market will drop at your 0.618. So what happened this time is it first TP hits, and then we had a retracement, and then the market dropped back again. So if you had put your stop loss here, you would have been taken out before the market dropped, but you got something from the market. So if you're trading the harmonic pattern, I would advise you to take your profits at 382, or take partial profits at 3.82, which is the first TP. Okay, and then you decide what you want to do from there on. But I promise you, you always hit your first TP if you got the measurement correctly. All right. Okay, so let's stop it here. Let's not make it too long. Any questions, please leave your message, leave a comment below, or you can just email me, and then I will always try to get back to you. All right. Okay, take care, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you.